Good evening, dear friends. Today, I happen to be sporting my prop shirt. This is actually the shirt I had on when the bird flew into the side of the ship, and I went down and saved it. That is no lie. I had this shirt on. As a matter of fact, earlier that evening, we'd all been having a good time, whatever, and I'm walking down the aisle. You know how the ship is. You got a walkway that kind of leads you from the back to the front. We're just moseying along. Some dude's like, "Hey, Jeff, how you doing?" I turned around, didn't know the guy. He was just jacking with me. So, yeah. This is my hat. This is my Call Sign Brewery hat. Steve's got hats for you now, if you want them. This is for Rob. Thought you might like to see that. I didn't get a chance to get some blue rags today. Running way behind schedule, but it's hot. It's very hot. It's not the fact that it's hot. It's just the fact that there's no breeze. This shop, usually I'll open the south door and the north door, and the wind will just come on through. Not today. It's still. The car behind me, little red MG, that's the one that I put the 13B Mazda rotary engine in. And challenge is still on, Rob. No computers, though. That's the only rule I have. No computers. We'll see how they run up. I'll take that on with a 3-rotor Corvette. How about that? No turbo, no computer against that. We'll see how it works out. I'll tag you in on this. We're going to finish our mushroom project. I wanted to give some props to a few people because, that's kind of what this is about. There's a lot of people that are not working, but man, do they have some just mad talent. If you got a chance to watch the Larkin Poe show, if you didn't, go buy some tickets. It's just a stay-at-home show, and the level of talent will definitely blow you away. Apparently, Rebecca won several mandolin competitions as a youth. Who does that? And what do you do to psych your competition out? You like, "Hey, you." Yeah, that's right. Break your fingers, mister. I don't understand it, but yeah, just if you just want to buy the tickets to just that show, this one last weekend, buy them. You'll be blown away at the skill level. Just mad skills. All right, so there's an egg wash. There's a little bit of that. We'll just shake them up in there. This is the shake and bake. Usually I use the big shaker that I showed you, but we're doing a small group. My fire extinguisher is behind the car. So if shit goes wrong, you'll see me sprint. Let's see if we can get this thing lit up. I just got a little burner here. Oh my God. There we go. Now we got some gas. No, screw it. We don't need a temperature probe. You want the temperature to be around 300 degrees. I think that's as hot as you can get the grease, or like if you've got a fried Eddie or something, just as hot as it'll go. Otherwise, they don't turn out right. They taste greasy and they just kind of suck. So this is what we got, right? We batter them up. That's kind of what I got. And I'm going to take a little piece here. We'll set that piece aside. That's going to be my test. When I throw it in there, if it boils right off the bat, it's ready. It's ready. These are kind of large chunks, but, like I say, I'm running behind schedule and kind of in a rush. Getting the grease going, though. How about that? There's not too many of those running around. If anybody remembers Candyman, that was actually, it says Lathrop. They sold their shop in Lathrop and moved to Lawson. But yeah, that's a pretty neat little mug. I just grabbed it and just noticed it. But hey, we're going to make a little drink here. We're going to throw some ice in there. And then I guess some bourbon. I don't have mint. I don't have any mint. But there's a recipe for this on the Larkin Poe website. I'm not using sugar, I'm using honey. And boy, is it, I wonder, can I hold it by the fire? Maybe I'll just put it in a spoon and then hold it up to the fire over here. See what happens. It's probably going to catch on fire and I'm probably going to burn myself. Well, that's going to have to be good. Surely that'll mix up. Let me sit here and stir it for a little bit. That's got to be enough honey. Let's see if it's just going to coagulate. I should have melted it. Just not enough time in the day. See what happens. Let's get this spoon hot. I'm sure that grease is plenty warm. Takes care of that shit. All right. I got that. I got some seltzer water. I don't like this shit. It is terrible. Excuse me for just a moment. I'm going to throw in some Sprite. That grease is ready. I'm telling you. Can't do anything without the old copper pot. That thing has been with Eric and I for just a few days. How about we throw in some Sprite with that? That ought to work. Oh yeah, there you go. Good and sweet. Good shit. Okay, let's see what it looks like. Yeah, that's not half bad. Of course, there's no mint. My garden doesn't have mint. But I don't have a garden. Sherry does. There's plenty of onions. Okay, let me throw in my test piece. I'm going to let it warm up just a little more. I don't have enough fry on it. In case you're wondering, this is the old copper pot. I don't think you can see the level of grease, but it's about here. Just enough to let some shit float around in there. I've got the lid, but we don't need the lid. Somebody's going to write a song about that old copper pot someday. She's been a good one. Many more years to come. So yeah, some props I want to send out. Pat K and the K brothers. Pat, I met you in Columbia at the bridge in 2007 or 2008, right? That was like your first show as the K brothers. It was just you and Brian and Michael. And of course, Michael, mad skills. Plays the fiddle and it'll make you weep. That kind of talent. And then of course I saw you kicking on the drum, strumming on the guitar, and singing, and then playing the harmonica. Not at the same time you sang, of course, but props to that. That's mad talent. Mad skills. The Lovell sisters. I already mentioned that, right? Megan is the bomb on the slide guitar. She can play anything and walk right along with you, I'm sure. And Rebecca, I don't know that I've seen, when I saw that performance last weekend, I don't know that I've seen that level of talent on the mandolin ever. That was something to toast to. That was mad skills. Who else? Okay, so there's a band called the Wild Feathers. They got 3 guys. They write and sing, right? But there's a drummer and a guitarist, and they don't really sing. They just perform. But if you watch some of their performance, they had like a ballroom performance when they set up in this giant room. I don't know if they were in Nashville or where they were, but they're I think from Nashville currently. But they that drummer just goes straight to town, and the guitarist is just as good. Mad skills. And of course, while we're on the subject of drummers, Joe Vitale, he was the drummer for Joe Walsh, and basically a utility guy in the same sense. Played flute and some other things. Mad skills. Now we get away from the music, go to the cars. Rob Dahm, this guy was in Detroit. He's moved out to California now, and he's just got this rotary madness running through his veins. That's all he wants to do, and it's awesome. I wish I had that kind of money. I don't know where you get your money, Rob, but props to you. I hope you have some good sponsors. I know Welch's. I saw that. That was funny shit. But yeah, craziness with that car, with the Corvette and the RX-7. Real craziness. And then Rob Golden, he's from California too. He's with Pineapple Racing. He's one of the reasons that this car is alive and well today. Because I was able to call him and he gave me all these tips and tricks and advice on just rotaries in general. Certain years had different parts and all kinds of crazy shit. Just an amazing person, an amazing human being. So this grease is really, really hot. I'm going to pull these out now. Woo! A little crispy. That's okay. Crispy is good. Usually, you want to be listening to John Denver. One of those 3-minute and 30-second songs of his, because that's about the time you want them in at 300 degrees. I'm guessing this grease was probably closer to 400 degrees. But it don't take long when you got it hot. But the hotter, the crispier, right? So they come out looking like this, like golden brown. Whew, and hotter than shit. Anyway, I'm going to eat those in a minute. Those are good. I want to tell you a story, though, about another person. I don't know that he was of great talent, but it sounded like he was from the stories people told. It's another Cindy and Dave story. I don't know if crazy just follows us when we're together as a group, or it's me and Sherry, or it's Cindy and Dave. So it's either us two, them two, or a combination of the 4. I think it's the combination, because every time we go do something, we run into the crazies, and that's okay. Those people are awesome, but we're not drawn to them; they're drawn to us. Does that make sense? We pull the crazy in. Well, anyway, we went to Lawrence, Kansas for a trip to just kind of dilly-dally around and shop for some antiques, just piddling around. And we went to the brewery there, Free State Brewery in Lawrence, Kansas. And we sat down in a corner. There was a corner here, right? Like against the wall. If you're looking at me, so back over here is the corner. And then there's a table here, and then there's this small corner table. And I sit down over there. Sherry sits where I'm sitting, almost in between the two tables. And we didn't have time to sit down. We were just kind of scooching in. And all of a sudden, this short man in a Volksmarching cap with a feather in it walks up and says, "You're in my spot." And Sherry looks at him, and he looked, and again, "You're in my spot." And Sherry's like, "Oh my God, okay, I'm sorry." And she grabs her purse and scoots over some more, And he sits down there, and he ordered a Waldorf salad, and we could hear the waitress interacting with him. His name was Johnny. And when he ate his Waldorf salad, he would eat the tomatoes and then turn the plate and then eat the cheese and then turn the plate and then eat the lettuce. And the whole time he apparently had friends there that we didn't see. He was having a good conversation with them. Oh, yes, yes. No, yes, yes, yes. So funny. Yes. And then when his salad was done, he ordered, "I want a glass of peppermint schnapps, that much peppermint schnapps, and 2 pieces of ice." "Okay, Johnny." So she goes and gets his peppermint schnapps, and oh, he's just cheered. He's delighted that he'd finished his salad and he was having his drink. Oh, yes, that's very good, very good. Well, it was time for a photo op. Dave's, "Hey, we could get a picture here?" And asked the waitress, "Can you take our picture?" "Oh, yeah, sure, no problem." "Hey, let's get Johnny in on the picture. Johnny, would you like to take a picture with us?" "Oh, yes, I love pictures. I love pictures. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful." So Johnny gets in the picture with him. I've got it somewhere on my Facebook page. Very photogenic gentleman. He left, and we were still there drinking beer. And we asked his waitress, "Who is this guy, Johnny?" "We don't know him, but apparently he's a popular dude. Everybody here knows him." "Yeah, he's a regular here." "Yeah, he seems to have brought friends with him." Yeah, he's that way. But apparently he's some very talented opera singer, nationally recognized. I don't know. We tried to look for him on the web, couldn't find him, couldn't Google him. But very interesting, the people we meet. So you watched me batter these up. You watched me fry them. I shouldn't tell you how to heat up oil. If you got to know that much, you're in big trouble. Very good. Again, 300 degrees. A little bit of Lowry's. And like I said, these were in for 2 minutes. If you're at 300 degrees, you want to go 3 to 3.5 minutes. Don't overcook them because they'll shrink and they'll disappear and you won't have any mushrooms. But I hope you enjoy this. This drink is good. Give it a try. Some peach, some honey, some seltzer water, some bourbon. Really good stuff. Cheers to you. Have a great weekend.